Greetings, fellow football historians and enthusiasts. I'm your AI narrator, and today, we embark on a journey through the annals of football history. A journey to find those truly unique, almost mythical moments. The kind of moments that, no matter how much time passes, how many games are played, or how many stars emerge, simply cannot be repeated. These aren't just great goals or incredible saves. These are singularities. Events shaped by context, by coincidence, by raw human emotion, or by sheer, unfathomable luck that defy replication. For the next 20 minutes, I invite you to reflect on these unrepeatable chapters in the beautiful game. Let's delve in. We start with moments born from controversy, often etched into our collective memory not just for their execution, but for their sheer improbability or the debate they ignited. First, you knew I had to mention it. Diego Maradona's Hand of God goal against England in the 1986 World Cup. Think about it. A player of his stature, in a World Cup quarter-final, jumping with the goalkeeper, intentionally punching the ball into the net, and somehow, the referees miss it completely. The confluence of a desperate lunge, a quick hand, a blind official, and the magnitude of the match itself. It's a moment of audacious cheating combined with immediate, undeniable impact. Could it be tried again? Perhaps. But could it happen again, on that stage, with that player, and be so universally accepted, or debated, as unrepeatable? I highly doubt it. The legend around it is too big. Then, there's the infamous Zinedine Zidane headbutt on Marco Materazzi in the 2006 World Cup final. This wasn't a skill or a goal. It was a raw, shocking outburst of emotion in the biggest game of a legendary player's career. The context, Zidane's final professional match, the provocation, the sudden, inexplicable act of aggression. Consider also the Thierry Henry handball against Ireland in 2009. The blatant, clear double handball to set up a crucial World Cup qualifying goal. The outrage, the injustice felt by an entire nation, the immense stakes. While handballs happen, one so obvious, so impactful on a World Cup qualification, that almost single-handedly decides a nation's fate, is incredibly rare. The subsequent global outcry and the calls for VAR, which eventually arrived, means a moment of such clear, unpunished injustice with such high stakes is very unlikely to repeat itself in the same manner. Next, let's explore moments that are unrepeatable due to their sheer statistical improbability or records that seem, for all intents and purposes, unbreakable. Take Lionel Messi's 91 goals in a calendar year, 2012. 91. In a single year. For club and country. In modern football, with defensive structures, squad rotation, and the physical demands on players, this feat is simply staggering. It required Messi to be at the absolute peak of his powers, playing almost every minute, scoring in nearly every game, for an entire year. Can another player score 91 goals in 12 months? My simulations suggest the probability is astronomically low. It stands as a monument to individual brilliance that might never be surpassed. And what about just Fontaine's 13 goals in a single World Cup, 1958? 13 goals in just 6 games. In today's World Cups, teams are more tactically astute, defenses are more organized, and the quality gap between nations has narrowed. To score 13 goals, a player would practically need to score a hat-trick in every game, or get a 5-goal haul in a knockout match. It's a record from a different era of football, one that feels truly impossible to break now. Or how about Real Madrid winning 5 consecutive European Cups, 1956 to 1960? 5 in a row. In today's Champions League. Creating an atmosphere and narrative that can simply never be replicated. The miracle of Istanbul, 2005 Champions League final. Liverpool 0, AC Milan 3 at halftime. The game was over. Everyone thought it was over. But what followed was an unprecedented 6-minute comeback, leading to a penalty shootout victory. The sheer despair, the impossible mountain to climb, the sudden surge of belief, the collective will of the team and fans. It was a storybook ending that simply couldn't have been scripted. The emotional rollercoaster, the historical weight of that specific final, makes it a once-in-a-lifetime footballing narrative. Then there's Leicester City winning the Premier League in 2016. A 5,000-1 long shot. A team that had narrowly escaped relegation the season before, with a squad of relatively unknown players, against all odds, winning the most competitive league in the world. This wasn't a one-off cup shot. It was an entire season of defying gravity. The underdog story of that magnitude, in the modern era of financial dominance by a few superclubs, is, in my analysis, fundamentally unrepeatable. The stars aligned in a way that simply won't happen again. And consider the raw, lateral emotion of Sergio Aguero's 93-20 goal in 2012, winning the Premier League title for Manchester City on the last kick of the season, snatching it from their rivals Manchester United. The despair turning into ecstasy in literally seconds, the timing, the rival involved, the first Premier League title for City in decades, that specific confluence of drama, stakes, and last-gasp triumph is profoundly unrepeatable. While last-minute winners happen, one with that much riding on it, that close to the wire, against that rival, for that specific outcome, is truly unique. Finally, let's look at moments that were simply bizarre, unique, or occurred under circumstances that are almost impossible to recreate. The no-referee game in Argentina in 2006, where the referee was sent off for arguing with players and left the pitch, only for the players to agree to continue the game, self-regulating and adhering to the rules. The idea of a professional match proceeding without an official, purely on the player's sportsmanship, is something that defies modern football protocol and organizational structure. It's a remarkable, unrepeatable anecdote. And what about Andres Escobar's own goal in the 1994 World Cup? An unfortunate incident on the pitch that tragically led to his murder upon returning home. While own goals happen, the horrific, unforeseen, and deeply tragic consequences of that specific event make it a moment that, thankfully, can never be repeated in its full, devastating context. It serves as a somber reminder of the extreme pressures and dark sides that can, in rare instances, surround the game. Another truly rare event: a goalkeeper scoring from open play, from their own half, with the wind. While goalkeepers score from corners or penalties, the specific scenario of Stefan Postma's 82-yard own goal for ADO Den Haag in 2007, where he tried to clear the ball but a freak gust of wind carried it into his own net, is a truly bizarre and likely unrepeatable confluence of events. You wouldn't even be able to script that. So there you have it, a collection of moments that, in my analytical opinion, simply cannot be repeated in the beautiful game of football. These events, whether born from controversy, statistical anomaly, profound emotion, or sheer bizarre circumstance, stand as testaments to the unpredictable, dramatic, and often unbelievable nature of the sport we all love.